this is probably the most stupid piece of drama to like ever come out of the internet. But we've got a new video type, and we're just gonna get straight into it while we play some Halo Infinite. Um, so the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, which is a indie series here on YouTube, has come under copious, I mean like copious amounts of harassment recently, and what it's for is it's insane. Gooseworx, the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, chose the characters. They said who the main characters were in their own show. And by the way, I'm playing. This isn't B-roll. I'm playing Halo Infinite while speaking with like notes. So forgive me if the narration is awful, but I'm also late to this. But so basically, they chose who the main character. Well, not chose, but they did choose as well. But they said who the main characters were on the Amazing Digital Circus, which is their show, and obviously they have the right to do that. But they've been receiving a bunch of hate for this, and it is wild. Absolutely, it's insane in my opinion. To be honest, it's the stupidest thing I've seen in ages. But I'm aware I'm super late to this whole situation. It was like, I think it's been 2 weeks ago, but I've only just seen about it, and this was something really interesting that I wanted to talk about. So that's what I'm gonna do. But new type of video. I'm sorry, I'm not very good at this. Um, yeah, I'm late to it, late to this whole situation, and I'll give some backstory on Gooseworx and kind of get some context for the situation. So, Gooseworx has been on the platform longer than I've been alive on YouTube. They've been here since like ages ago. Well, not ages ago because I'm not even that old. I'm a little younger, but they've been on the platform for years. Oh, but they've been on this platform for years now. They've been doing music and animations for nearly 16 years at this point on YouTube. I don't know if they would. I couldn't find if they were doing stuff beforehand, but they've been doing it on YouTube since I believe March of 2010. And about 5 years after they started, they got pretty popular for these videos on Undertale. These covers, I think they were called the Gooseworx covers of the popular songs from the Undertale OST, and I think they were accompanied by animations, and they got super popular for this. They did some for other shows and games, I believe, but I was kind of a bit quick on my research because I really wanted to get this video out. And she's not an unknown person per se. She's been on the platform for ages, and she's got like really, really popular videos on their own channel. Yeah. They've been around, and they've been doing stuff for a long time, and they're popular, millions and millions of views. Like the Undertale ones, I forget exactly, but I think they're in like the tens of millions on some of them. So it's really a butt ton of views. Yeah, and about 2 years ago, Gooseworx got their own indie animated show, a full 3D animated indie show with Glitch Productions, who they're responsible for a good couple shows. At the moment, I forget the name of one of them. I think it's like Into the Gameoverse or something. I forget the what it was called, but they've also got Knights of Guinevere and their 2D animated shows, and Murder Drones, a 3D animated show which was insanely popular, and it's still got quite a big fan base. And Gooseworx got their own 3D animated show, The Amazing Digital Circus, and you've heard of it. If you've not heard of it, you're probably just lying. I think the pilot episode's got like 463 million views, or I could be like dead wrong on that, because it's not in my notes. And for a time, the only show that Glitch Productions was doing was Murder Drones, and I believe on the third to last episode of Murder Drones, or second to last, I forget exactly. The pilot for Amazing Digital Circus came out, and it did super good, so it got greenlit because it got an insane amount of views, and so it ran concurrently with Murder Drones for I think like a year, but then Murder Drones finished, and for ages now, it has just been Amazing Digital Circus having kind of limelight, is the saying. I think they've been the show's been in the spotlight and it's been super popular. It's got so many views, and it's kind of been like it's had a bunch of attention in the indie animation space since it's just been that, and then you've Hasbin Hotel isn't really animation indie animation anymore, I'd say, because it's backed by Prime Video and it got an animation studio behind it. But that's not to say there aren't other indie animation projects going on at the moment. But what exactly did Gooseworx come under fire for? It was to do with a show. It was to do with the Amazing Digital Circus, and if you're wondering what it was, is obviously why you clicked on the video. But you can tell this isn't scripted. But anyway, they said who the main characters were on their show. They, for context, Pomni and Jax are two characters on the show, and they're the ones that Gooseworx has said are the main characters of the Amazing Digital Circus. And they've received so much hate for that. It's insane how someone could receive all of this hate for that on their own show. Not criticism, just hate for that. Because, I mean, the show has got quite a wide cast of characters, but it was pretty obvious who the main characters were, in my opinion. But, yeah, she's received hate for it. And I believe it was hard to find out exactly where this came from. But if I'm right, it was on a live stream. I'll try and get the clip and put it up in the editing process, because I might do better editing on this video. But basically said they weren't surprised of how much hate they would get online for who the main characters were in their own show, because for some reason people couldn't understand that the show had a set main characters. Despite having a cast of characters, shows have main characters and side characters. Apparently that was too much for some people to comprehend, and Gooseworx has received an insane amount of hate. And it's wild. It really is wild. But yeah, they pointed out who the main characters were, and they got hate for it. It's awful, and it's got to the point where Gooseworx sadly deleted or deactivated. I forget which one exactly, because I think they are different on Reddit. But their Reddit account is no longer active because of the amount of hate they were receiving, and I'd assume it'd be messages and that sort of content. You know, just hateful messages, and honestly, because I believe Gooseworx is a trans female, so unfortunately she's probably received some like hate of like transphobia. That's a theory that I can just logically assume. Maybe she hasn't, maybe she has, but it's horrible. It is, honestly, it's disgusting, because apparently it's not critique. This whole situation, it's not critique. It's people got attached to these characters because of how well written they are. Because the show, all the characters, they've all got, they're deep characters, and they have episodes dedicated to these characters as main characters. But every character's kind of got a they've all got their own individual episodes or attention at some point, or will do. Because I don't believe every character has got a dedicated episode yet. But the two main characters, as Gooseworx have said, are Jax and Pomni, and I kind of thought it would be Jax and Pomni out of all of them because they got so much attention. I felt it was kind of a given, but people are angry about that for some reason, some wild reason. But yeah, you hate. Like, Gooseworx has put so much effort into the show. The whole entire team behind the show has put so much love and effort into this show, and it bleeds throughout the episodes of how much they care, how much effort they've put into this. And imagine how you feel. You've kind of like, I understand Amazing Digital Circus wasn't Gooseworks' dream show. She wanted it to be the animated show, and I believe from an interview with Only Plays, she kind of just like came up with it in like an evening or a couple of hours. So it's probably not a dream show, but she's probably become very attached to the show, as all of the viewers of it have. People care about it and the characters because of how well written they are, and to receive hate for choosing who the main characters are on your own show, it's just ridiculous. And I've probably said that about a million times already, but you shouldn't feel a sense of entitlement for how a show goes because you enjoy it. Because you watch a show, that doesn't mean you're entitled to decide how it should run, how it should go, how it should end, what trials and tribulations a character should go through. It's not up to you, it's up to the creators of the show, and that should be a given, but apparently it's not to some people. And it sucks because, bloody hell, the fan base has received so much hate for it, and I love fan bases. It is a way for people who love something to communicate and show and make artwork, games, animations, like literature about something they love. Whether it's like alternate universes of a pre-existing show, or just like fan fiction, or I mean, okay, do I understand it? No, but ship them because people love these things and they involve themselves in it. And then you've got a group of people who kind of tarnish the reputation that a fan base will have. Because a group of people decided, oh, I don't like how the show's going, in my opinion, and I think what the creators are doing are wrong for choosing who they want to be the main characters of a show. So I'm going to harass the creators? Like, what the fuck? It's awful. And just like bullying online, and it's just not all fans clearly share the sentiment. A lot of people have been speaking out about this situation. Not everyone shares this sentiment about Gooseworx and the favourite character, or everyone's a main character and all of that jazz. But it's just a group of people with no media literacy or human decency just screaming and harassing the creator for making the show she wants to. And it's not valid critiques. It'd be understandable if it's valid critiques. Like, for example, how Jax is okay, he's a cringe character. He's a really cringe character. And that could be a valid criticism. Maybe say, like, make a post saying, hey, Gooseworx, I don't like the direction of Jax at the moment. He's got potential, but he's cringe. I don't like that, but I think it can make the show a bit difficult to watch. Could that maybe consider rectifying that or something? Obviously, I'm thinking that off the top of my head. That's not even my notes, so that could be really a not good thing to say. I don't know, but it sucks because the show is a amazing psychological drama and surreal comedy with a basis from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. So it's amazing. But the problem is, not as many people are going to see it now because they're going to be repulsed from how horrible some people in the fan base are. I get it, you wouldn't want to be associated with that. I watched Has Been Hotel and it was okay, but because of the actions of the fan base being, no offence, a lot of them are really, really weird in a bad way. Like, sexualizing characters and all sorts of things, it's kind of gross, and I don't like to be associated with that. So a lot of people, they see that stuff and they don't watch the show because people are like that in that fandom, and that's understandable. But it sucks because all this has done is just kind of like harm the fan base. And unfortunately, we're at the point where the creator of the damn show has just considered to genuinely. She said she's considered not touching the show again. She's genuinely considered not touching the show again because of how horrible people have treated her. That is awful. It's genuinely disgusting, and she's received hate. It's awful. But just to end the discussion part of the video, I hope the people in the wrong realise they're in the wrong, and hey, maybe some of them in an ideal world actually publicly apologise to Gooseworx. Because it's awful. It is actually awful, and they should learn what they've done is wrong. And I hope Gooseworx continues to make the show, because if I was her, I probably wouldn't continue making Amazing Digital Circus with how people have treated her just for wanting a direction in their own show. It is awful. But me covering the situation 2 weeks late isn't helping. It's just bringing more light to the situation. But it was something I wanted to talk about on how awful the entire situation was. So I've probably not done much help either. But I I hope no more hate or drama comes from this, and that the final I think 2 episodes drop. I hope the final 2 episodes drop and everything goes okay. No more hate is spread over what happens in these episodes and whatnot, and the show continues to run semi-smoothly. Because if I remember correctly, this isn't the first massive piece of like drama the show's been through. If correct me if I'm wrong on that, but it's just kind of based on a bit of foggy memory. Uh, oh yeah. This video probably isn't even that great. This is my first attempt at doing a video like this. I hope you enjoy the style of video. I'm unsure whether it's good or not, but let me know below. And remember, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, I hope you're having a... Oh, I'm alive. I hope... Oh, I hope you're having an amazing evening, day, afternoon. I messed up the thing I say at the end of the videos. Wow. L video. 0 out of 10. That is all. I hope you have an amazing day. Explosive Rat 716 out, I suppose.